Hi traders, welcome back to Billions Club. Welcome on a Sunday focus. As always, as every single Sunday, we will go through the plan that I have for the upcoming 5 days on three pairs, which is going to be BTC USD, gold and EURUSD. Let's start today's TA with me just saying that this wasn't a good week at all. I am down approximately 0.6% on my account, which may seem as a okay result, and I kind of agree with you, but the problem is that I was up around 2.5%. So I started a week with the withdrawal, so basically flat account, 100k. I was up around 2.4k. Then I went down to like being down to like 2.5, 2.9. I made it back on Friday, but I took plenty of losses. Unfortunately, it wasn't the easy week as like 2 weeks before. But yeah, that's just a part of trading. The important thing is you gotta survive these wrong or bad times, you know. And the problem is with majority of new buys, once they hit a losing streak, once they hit a drawdown, they mess it up. And you just gotta learn how to survive these bad periods in trading. So that's gonna be a topic of today's live stream a little bit. Guys, I had an idea that maybe this week, instead of doing a live trading session, we will do like a pure educational video for you. So let me know what you think about it, and let me know what topic you would like to cover, or you would like me to cover. What is the thing that you struggle with the most? Let's start today's stream. So let me start sharing the trading view. I think you should be able to see my screen. Now. Let me just take a drink here. BTC chart. That's the chart that we will start with. So we got rejected from this 27,800 area. Let's just check the plan. What I was saying here and what I was showing last Sunday in terms of the Sunday in depth focus recap. I was saying that I'm leaning towards being more bullish for the start of the week, which played out absolutely perfectly, and we really got a bullish momentum or a bullish movement to the upside. Basically bullish, just a retracement phase. If you pull a fib tool here, you see that we stopped around a 618 and a 66. If you want to be precise, then you can find the exact level, and that was 15-minute supply. Very simply said, with liquidity sweep, that was the reason why we got rejected. For our time frame, easy supply, we got into the level, we got rejected pretty nicely all the way down. In terms of what is likely to happen here, that's going to be the topic of today's live stream, obviously. Let's start with 4-hour internal structure. We got a pretty nice internal breakout structure right here. So an IBOS, very simply said, let's just mark this out with an IBOS here, which gives you internal high, right? So internal high is going to be around 28,100, approximately 141 if you want to go really in depth, but you don't have to be honest. So this is going to be an internal high. This is going to be an internal low, right? So we got 2 levels that we got to be aware of. If we're going to hide this, then basically this is the structure you got to be aware. We got plenty of imbalances between 26,000 to around 27,000. These levels are likely to be taken or to be tested. So basically my zones that I'm paying attention to, and situation on BTC is kind of simple, I would say. So this is the level number 1 that we are getting rejected from right now. If you check this, then you see that we basically mitigated the level, we grabbed the liquidity above this high, and we are getting rejected. Why the rejection is so slow? Why is it not a major rejection yet? The answer to this is fairly simple. It's because it's a weekend. So the liquidity wasn't huge. We will go a bit more in depth, checking the exact levels and exact data from liquidity perspective, from the order flow perspective. But as far as I know, we don't really have a lot of liquidity buildup here, but we will check it together. First LQ point that is likely to be taken and swept is this one. For me, the major level is gonna be around 27,200-ish. So that is the key zone on the chart that is likely to be tested, in my opinion. Once again, we will go a bit more in depth, but this is the level that I'm being aware of. The plan or the approach that we want to use now is we want to go to a lower time frame and we want to analyze this chart a bit more in depth. So from a supply and demand perspective, we basically got this level as a local supply. It was tested and mitigated on this week right here. So I view this level as, I don't want to say invalid, but it's mitigated already. So this level is kind of not valid anymore. You can still keep this like a 50% of this box here, because the 50% approximately is not tested yet. So one could say this could be a valid zone, which I agree we can get a rejection, but for me, the major potential trade is gonna be from this 5-minute supply here, and I'm really going in depth now. It's gonna be this 5-minute supply, approximately this one, with the LQ sweep. So I'm simply looking for sweeping the liquidity, tapping this supply. This is first potential short trade on a BTC chart that is formed as we are speaking. The second level, it's not really perfect, but could provide some rejection. It's gonna be this one right here. So this is like buy to sell candle, which is around 26,900, and then we got this one right here at around 27,000. So these are the levels that I'm being aware of. We want to go a bit more in depth. Let's start with the 15-minute structure, because 15-minute structure is the king for my day trading. It's very important, and you should be aware of structure on 4-hour time frame and 15-minute time frame. This is basically the major approach that I use most of the time, and it works pretty well. In this case, we don't really have the exact clear structure like the first look, but if you switch it to a line chart, it's becoming much more clear. So level number 1, which is a BOS, we start here. Strong high, on 15-minute time frame, that is right here. Can we class this as enough of a retracement? Not really, in my opinion. So if you check this, it's not even to a 3A2, so this cannot be classed as a weak low yet. All right, so 15-minute structure, that is kind of clear and done. Local structure, meaning internal structure, is gonna be this. This is gonna be an internal high. Obviously, it's gonna be, or it is formed around here. But since I have the LQ point, I can mark it at this level. So I'll just keep it as it is here, and this is gonna be an internal low. Just check the chat. How many people we got? 29. Perfect. Hey Jan, welcome on this Sunday focus. All right, so internal low, internal high, that is clear. Let's go to the footprint chart and let's check this together, how it looks here. So let me reload the template to get the default settings. Why is it not setting to a default? So what I will do right now is I will try to analyze what are we getting inside this mini local range from the start of the weekend, and what are we getting here overall. How can I do this is simply by pulling the measure tool and selecting the exact point where this range started. So CVD negative 50 million, which is crazy, but obviously it is because of the long liquidation. So I'm more interested in actually measuring this local range here. And as you can see, the CVD 15 million, open interest 4 million plus. So we got actually more longs open here. Does this means we got an easy zone to take a trade from, and it's going to be right here. This 25,600 level is the key important zone that is likely to be tapped tomorrow, likely to be tested. And does this means it's a potential long trade from this zone? So this is going to be local liquidity. Okay, there is a poor low formed. Okay. And that one is around here. This also looks as a decent point for LQ grab, guys. The plan is clear though. PDC local levels. This applies for Monday especially. Looking for 25,600 as a first. Because there is a resting liquidity. You should look for threat value area, and that is going to be the entry key zone. Is a weak low. 25,200 is a weak low, and it is likely to be tested before any major move up. The 27,200 area is the first resistance zone you gotta be aware of. That's it. That's the plan locally here. This 26,150, I'm gonna add it to 26,150 is a potential zone for local LQ sweep, and that is it. PDC chart done. Guys, let me know what you think about the plan. Let me know if you like it, and if you have a similar one. Let's go to the gold chart. So gold is moving to the upside kind of nicely, hitting very important zones at around the 1950. So the 1950 got tapped perfectly, and we got a pretty strong rejection down. If you were following my live streams and what I was saying here on gold, we were kind of paying attention to this 1950 zone. And let me just, I said I'm being more bullish on gold chart for this week. My plan is to wait for retracement on Monday or Tuesday and position myself into long for the end of the week. Here are the local levels that you gotta be aware of. We were at 1914 at the time. From 1914, we went on Tuesday all the way up to 1950. We hit the 1950 on Friday, and we gotta move down. This is literally exactly what I said on the Sunday focus. I'm literally giving you the plan for the 5 days ahead. You just gotta stick to it. My plan on gold is that I'm looking for a move down in the upcoming few days. Why? we hit this local, it's a daily supply, so it's not really local, but we hit this daily supply right here. For our chart, important level that needs to be lost before going lower is this 1935. So 1935 zone is the key zone that needs to be lost, as I said, before going any lower. But we got a really nice 4-hour supply created right here. So what is the level that I'm paying attention to? You don't really have a lot of zones on the way down on a 15-minute time frame. You do have on a 5-minute though. On a 5-minute, as you can see, we are getting rejected already from this zone, or we definitely stopped here at least. So 5-minute, locally, plenty of liquidity created above the high here. If you go down all the way to the 1-minute, this level is tested, this level is not. This 1943 zone. And this is the major level that I'm looking for on go to short. I just want to see, no, nothing here. I don't really see a reason why we should move to the upside from here. So this is being a sell zone on a gold chart, the first potential trade. Locally, 15-minute time frame, I see this as a break of a structure. So this is going to be a gold sell zone. Potentially looking for something like this. This level is still untested, very likely to be tested. I think actually if I'm going to enter here, I'm going to keep holding the trade all the way down to probably around here. This 1916, in my opinion, just if you look at it this way, it's very likely we will get a move all the way down there. We'll see how it goes. And this has to be the second zone, this one. Yep, so the plan is clear, the plan is done. I'm being more for upcoming 5 days, looking to get it. Let me just go a bit more in depth here. It has to be around 1948. Just thinking if the 1944 won't hold. 1948 is the second zone. Second zone. 1932 is the first level you need to be aware of. Alrighty, so that's it. That's the plan on a gold chart. Let's check the EU. There's one thing that I forgot to do on BTC USD, and that is checking the CME gap, because I think it's going to be formed. So basically, a CME futures, no, it's not 25.815. That is basically the current BTC price. All right. EU keeps going down, and it seems like it's hard to tell here, honestly. But we are getting back into this daily supply zone, sorry, demand zone. The liquidity is swept here above the high. This could have been a perfect short on Thursday at 4 a.m. You know, I'm not trading at 4 a.m., so I wasn't able to take this, unfortunately. But basically, if you look at it this way, this was a BOS, which gives you a strong low at around here. On 15-minute time frame. We stopped on this 5-minute demand. In my opinion, for EU to go higher, one thing we gotta see, sweeping the liquidity below these equal lows. Once we get it, then we can potentially start looking for a move up. Very risky trade though, and I think I'm gonna just stay on the sidelines on EU for a few days. I don't like it. To me, the chart is not clear at all, and during these scenarios, I'm better just like stay on the sidelines and not do anything. But the bullish structure is not broken yet, so I'm gonna mark this as a strong high, and this is gonna be a weak low. So on EU, one could say we could get a move to the upside. Not really against it, I think we can, but it's safer to wait for reclaiming at least this level right here on a 15-minute time frame. So I'm probably gonna stay on the sidelines tomorrow. For me, it's really not a high probability zone where I can start taking some positions. Let's have a look at the DXY. Just trying to add the correlation between the gold and the DXY. It's not here all the time. What about the 4-hour? Yeah. The correlation is here, but it's not following it perfectly all the time. But on the DXY, I'm being a bit more bullish. You may be asking why. This is still a weak low, strong high, so I know we are at the extreme. But for our time frame, I would class this as a strong high. And this as a weak low. So basically, EU is being more bullish just by looking at it this way. For me, DXY, this is the first level where it can potentially get a bounce. And I'm just going to keep it as it is here. You don't have to go much more in depth. What about GBP CAD? What do you think? It will be short. I'm not going to be covering GBP CAD today. My favorite chart called USD waiting for this only. BTC chart is better. Enjoy it. Yes, BTC chart is clearly formed. And you know what? I will quickly check the GBP CAD for you. Tomorrow, not really any important news. And we got a bank holiday in USD. In US, the USD pairs. So keep that in mind. We are not expecting a lot of volatility tomorrow, most likely. Definitely not from the US session. We got a PMI on Wednesday. We got unemployment claims on Thursday, and basically the NFP was already on this Friday, so we're not expecting it this week. But we got some FOMC member bar speaks. I don't really know if that will have a big effect or not. And that is basically it. And we got a G20 meetings, but that's on Saturday. So on Saturday, it's not going to affect the market a lot, but the Monday open could be a bit crazy. Let's check the GBP CAD. GBP CAD is I would be a bit more bullish just from a market structure perspective from around this level right here. So in GBP CAD, I'll be looking for a move down to this zone and potentially look for a long out of here, just by looking at the chart very quickly and analyzing the local structure. Hopefully that helps. What's your take on prop firms after the MyForex funds case? Honestly, it's not a big deal for me because I believe I didn't have any account with the MyForex funds. That's the first thing. And the second thing is I don't believe that it's a problem with a prop firms overall. It's a problem with MyForex funds had their own broker, right? So maybe they were doing some shady business in the background with the broker. I don't know. I'm not accusing anyone, but I just feel like it could be the case. I'm not really worried, and I keep, I keep relying on the funded capital or relying. I have my own, but it's obviously huge percentages of what I make from the prop firms. So yeah. Also, how are you taking your trading career further? Should building personal accounts be the primary goal? Yes, that's what I do. I'm trying to build up my personal accounts, and I think you should too. You shouldn't really rely on the prop firms. How I think about it, like now, if the prop firm business is completely over, which I'm not saying that it is, and it will definitely, but let's just pretend that everything will fall, right? It's always good to rely on your own capital. I know I said I'm relying on trading prop firms because it's a big part of my income that I have right now, but if it falls, then I can live without it, and I can still be making a good amount of money with my own personal money as my own personal income or personal account. How will people be selected for the Billions Club meetup? By account size? No. I don't really know, to be honest, so I can't say about this much, but I think that you can get to the meetup even with the smallest account. It shouldn't be a big deal. Alrighty guys, that's it for the Sunday Focus. Let me know what you think about today's plan. I'm just gonna do a recap to our Discord, so don't forget to join. You'll find a link below the video. If you want to learn about the strategies that I'm using, then visit my website. You can learn about my trading style right here. In future, any chance of problem like my forex funds at Billions Club, all are going to know. Well, firstly, we are Dubai based, so that's very good. So regulations from US or EU shouldn't affect us or won't affect us. So that's why one of the major reasons why I would choose, or why I did choose the Billions Club over the others, even as from like a cooperation perspective. So I work with them. But Billions Club, I wouldn't be worried, and I'm not worried neither about the other prop firms, to be honest. So I have like other prop firm accounts. Lucky me that I had 0 account with my forex funds, but I'm not worried at all, to be honest. I'm completely. I don't think that there will be any regulations that can affect the prop firms rapidly. Not at all. That's it. See you tomorrow inside the Discord. I will do a recap today. And guys, if you have any questions related to Billions Club, trading, whatever, feel free to DM me. I'm here for you. See ya, bye.